Group of Interest Parawatch Wiki Database ID 1109 Area of Operations North America, Europe. Online sites. Threat level Green. Overview. The Parawatch Wiki is an online web forum of conspiracy theorists, paranormal enthusiasts, and amateur writers, operating with the intent of investigating and exposing anomalous phenomena. Geographically, the group is disparate, its users primarily hailing from North America and Europe. No common background exists. Age, careers, and other demographics vary. The group's operations are mainly in the form of compiling stories on their forum, detailing encounters with paranormal phenomena, historical cases, and any unusual events users have experienced. While moderation has enabled a loose degree of coordination, further efforts are hindered by the sheer spread of the user base. Any impact the site could have is limited. Several clusters of members are known to collaborate in exploring forested regions of the United States and Canada, though they are relatively small in comparison to the full group. Containment approach minimal. Although Parawatch is heavily invested in its investigation of the anomalous, continuous monitoring has found that the group lacks a comprehensive understanding of the Foundation's existence, the Veil, the nature of anomalous phenomena. Theories posed by the group lack context and actual circumstances, leading to inaccurate beliefs that limit the potential for an information breach. This, in combination with obscurity to the general public and doubt towards the truthfulness of their stories, prevents them from being a significant threat to the Veil's stability. As such, Parawatch is to be left active as a disinformation measure, to hinder and mislead investigations into the existence of the Veil. Any leads may be misdirected by Foundation implants at their discretion. Recognition of actual circumstances will be met with the deletion of the offending content and the progressive anesthetization of the user base. No direct action is to be taken at this time. Forum. Announcements. Introductions. Why I joined. Thread Post 9. Blank Spots. September 20th, 2009. Sunday, 22/03/32. Number 127345582. My brother used to be a fisherman. 6 in the morning he'd shift out of bed, drift into the kitchen, sift through breakfast without so much as a single clink of a utensil. And once I'd wake up, the house would be empty. He'd drive to the lake a few minutes off the town outskirts. And, once he was content, he'd drive home. Same hours, same timing. Always caught, always released. Always kept to the vicinity of town. The small-scale lifestyle. Liked it best that way, he told me. I never worried about him. He was a strong guy, and even if Hick Blair radiated off of him with enough force to set a Geiger counter ringing, he was smart. He could find his way through a forest, and trace his steps with the precision to repeat the same path a day later. Knew better than to go out fishing when it was night. It's when the weird things start to swim. But even the few times he did, he turned back safe and sound. It was why he was the only person people trusted with finding me when I went missing. Here's what I remember of it myself. At 4 in the morning, I left bed, unable to sleep, and went to the kitchen to make breakfast. I left a set of plates and utensils on the table, pulled my brother's fishing gear from the closet, and, without a single clink, stumbled out of the house. From what I hear, several people saw me treading the path my brother normally drove, along to the lake. I'd never gone that way before. All I was thinking of was the dull, warm wind, and a pinching pain at the roof of my mouth. No one intervened. They all thought I was heading to see my brother. I blacked out. Here's what other people have told me. At 6 in the morning, my brother found blood in the kitchen. It trailed straight through the woods and stopped 3 feet from the lake edge. Footprints halted too. He knocked from door to door, asking anyone if they'd seen me, and soon after cop cars pulled in around our house. They told him to stay put, that they could handle a search and rescue operation. But, while they scoured the lake, he went off on his own. My neighbors wished him luck. At 9 in the morning he came back, my neighbors asking if he found any signs of me. My brother stepped past them and locked the front door shut. Every blind was dragged down, every curtain closed. The people who saw him go in said he had a 1,000-yard stare. He didn't come out for hours. At 6 in the morning, just as storm weather rolled into the region, my brother unlocked the front door. He told my neighbors he was going fishing. He carried a loaded shotgun with him to the car. No one intervened. All the police noted was that his car was parked by the lake. Sometime early in the next day, a mile from town, surrounded by nothing but tree after tree after tree, I woke up. There was a hole in the roof of my mouth. My brother's shotgun, blood smeared and unloaded, laying in my hands. Lake water soaked my clothes. I couldn't remember what happened that night. I couldn't remember where my brother went. I couldn't remember why half of him was dripping into the dirt next to me. The paramedics who found me said there was a fish hook in my mouth. I left town for good. I settled into an urban apartment, one in a city where the streetlights never fail to shield you from the shadows, where I've stayed ever since. But that night clings to me, whether it's the numbness I feel, or the blank spots I recall. What happened out there has left a permanent scar on me. Having to hear people go through similar experiences to mine, some having even less resolution than mine, makes it worse. This is why I joined Parawatch. I want to document all the unnatural events myself and others have experienced, to inform people on what lurks just out of our sight, to help anyone who has the misfortune to encounter it. I want to bring people the resolution they need. For those of you who are passing by, I hope you take the time to read what we compiled, to better avoid the circumstances people like myself have fallen victim to. And for those of you who are in it for the long haul, welcome to the Watch. We aren't in this darkness alone.